What if I told you that something as simple as soaking ginger in apple cider vinegar for just 7 days could completely change the way your body feels, your digestion, your energy, even your immune system? It sounds almost too simple, right? But this is one of those old-school natural remedies that people are rediscovering. And once you understand what actually happens inside your body, it might surprise you how powerful it really is. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning feeling lighter, your stomach isn't bloated, your cravings feel more under control, and your energy is steady instead of crashing halfway through the day. No complicated diets, no expensive supplements, just 2 ingredients sitting quietly in your kitchen, working together in a way most people completely overlook. Now here's the thing. Ginger on its own is already known for its incredible health benefits. Apple cider vinegar has its own reputation too. But when you combine them and let them sit together for 7 days, something interesting happens. You're not just mixing them, you're transforming them. The compounds in ginger begin to infuse into the vinegar, creating a much more potent mixture that your body can absorb more efficiently. And that's where things start to get really interesting. Let's start with what happens in your digestive system, because this is usually the first thing people notice. If you've ever felt bloated after meals, experienced slow digestion, or had that uncomfortable, heavy feeling in your stomach, this combination targets exactly that. Ginger contains natural compounds like gingerol, which help stimulate digestive enzymes. That means your body starts breaking down food more effectively, instead of letting it sit there and ferment. Now add apple cider vinegar into the mix. It's rich in acetic acid, which helps increase stomach acid levels. And this is important because many people actually suffer from low stomach acid without even realizing it. When your stomach acid is low, your body struggles to digest proteins and absorb nutrients properly. That's when you get symptoms like bloating, gas, and even fatigue. So when you take ginger soaked in apple cider vinegar, you're essentially giving your digestive system a gentle but powerful boost. Food moves more smoothly through your system, nutrients are absorbed better, and that uncomfortable heaviness starts to fade away. But digestion is just the beginning. Another major effect happens with inflammation in the body. Now, inflammation isn't always bad. It's your body's natural response to injury or infection. But chronic inflammation? That's where problems begin. It's linked to everything from joint pain and fatigue to more serious health conditions over time. Ginger is naturally anti-inflammatory. It works by blocking certain pathways in the body that trigger inflammation. Apple cider vinegar, on the other hand, supports your body's pH balance and may help reduce oxidative stress. When combined, they create a kind of double action, calming inflammation while also supporting your body's natural healing processes. This is why some people report feeling less stiffness in their joints, fewer aches, and an overall sense of lightness after consistently using this mixture. It's not magic. It's your body finally getting the support it needs to reduce internal stress. Now let's talk about something a lot of people are curious about: weight management. You've probably seen 100 quick fixes online, but here's the truth. There is no miracle solution. However, certain habits can make a real difference, and this is one of them. Apple cider vinegar has been studied for its potential to help control appetite and stabilize blood sugar levels. When your blood sugar stays stable, you're less likely to experience those intense cravings that lead to overeating. Ginger plays a role here too. It can slightly increase your body's thermogenesis, which is basically how your body burns calories to produce heat. It also helps you feel fuller for longer. So when you combine the two, you're not just targeting one pathway, you're supporting multiple systems that influence weight. People who include this in their routine often notice they feel satisfied with smaller portions. Snacking becomes less frequent, and over time, that can lead to gradual, sustainable changes in body weight without extreme dieting. But there's something else happening behind the scenes that doesn't get talked about enough: your blood sugar. If your energy levels go up and down throughout the day, there's a good chance your blood sugar isn't as stable as it should be. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body can handle sugar more effectively. Ginger also supports this by improving how your cells respond to insulin. So what does that mean for you? Fewer energy crashes, less brain fog, more consistent focus throughout the day. Instead of riding that roller coaster of highs and lows, your energy starts to feel steady and reliable. And then there's your immune system. Think about how often you get minor illnesses, colds, sore throats, feeling run down. Your immune system is constantly working to protect you, but it needs the right support. Ginger has natural antimicrobial and antioxidant properties, which means it helps your body fight off harmful invaders. Apple cider vinegar also has antibacterial effects and supports gut health, which is closely linked to immunity. Because here's something many people don't realize. About 70% of your immune system is connected to your gut. So when your digestion improves, your immune system often follows. This is why some people notice they get sick less often or recover faster when they regularly use this combination. It's not about boosting your immune system overnight. It's about strengthening it over time. Now let's talk about detoxification, because this is where things can get misunderstood. Your body already has a detox system. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system are constantly working to remove toxins. But sometimes these systems can become overloaded due to poor diet, stress, or environmental factors. That's when you start to feel sluggish, tired, or just off. Ginger and apple cider vinegar don't magically detox your body, but they support the organs that do. Ginger improves circulation, helping nutrients and oxygen move more efficiently throughout your body. Apple cider vinegar may support liver function and help your body process waste more effectively. So instead of forcing detox, you're enhancing your body's natural ability to cleanse itself. And that often shows up as clearer skin, better energy, and improved overall well-being. Speaking of skin, this combination can also have visible effects on how you look. When your digestion improves and inflammation decreases, your skin often reflects that internal balance. Some people notice fewer breakouts, a healthier glow, and less dullness. It's not a skincare product, but it works from the inside out, which is often more effective in the long run. Now here's the part most people are curious about. How exactly do you use it? The process is simple. You take fresh ginger, slice it into thin pieces, and place it in a jar. Then you pour apple cider vinegar over it until the ginger is fully submerged. Seal the jar and let it sit for 7 days. During this time, the vinegar extracts the beneficial compounds from the ginger, creating a potent infusion. After 7 days, it's ready to use. Most people take a small amount daily, either a spoonful of the liquid, a few slices of the ginger, or both. Some dilute it in water to make it easier on the stomach. But here's something important. You don't need large amounts. In fact, more is not better. A small, consistent dose is enough to start seeing benefits over time. And consistency is the key here. This isn't something you try once and expect instant results. It's a habit, something you incorporate into your routine, just like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Over days and weeks, the effects begin to build. You might first notice your digestion feels smoother, then your energy becomes more stable. Over time, you may start to see changes in your weight, your skin, or how often you get sick. But let's be honest, this isn't for everyone. If you have certain medical conditions, especially related to your stomach, or if you're taking medications, it's always a good idea to check with a healthcare professional first. Apple cider vinegar is acidic, and while it's beneficial in small amounts, it can be harsh if overused. Also, listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, adjust or stop. Natural remedies are powerful, but they should always work with your body, not against it. Now here's the real question. Why does something so simple work so well? Because sometimes, the most effective solutions aren't complicated. They're just forgotten. Ginger and vinegar have been used in traditional practices for centuries, long before modern supplements existed. What we're seeing now is a rediscovery of those simple, natural approaches that support the body in a balanced way. And when you give your body the right environment, better digestion, lower inflammation, stable blood sugar, it starts to function the way it's supposed to. That's when you feel the difference. So if you're someone who's been struggling with low energy, digestive issues, cravings, or just not feeling your best, this might be worth trying. Not as a miracle cure, but as a small, consistent habit that supports your overall health. Because sometimes, the biggest changes come from the smallest daily actions repeated over time. And this might just be one of them. This is where things go even deeper. Because beyond digestion, energy, and inflammation, there's another powerful effect that most people completely overlook when it comes to this combination. And that's what it may be doing for your heart, specifically when it comes to cholesterol levels and long-term cardiovascular health. Now let's slow this down for a moment, because when people hear the word cholesterol, they often think of it as something entirely bad, something that needs to be eliminated completely. But the reality is more nuanced than that. Your body actually needs cholesterol to function properly. It's involved in hormone production, cell membrane structure, and even vitamin D synthesis. So the goal isn't to remove cholesterol entirely. It's about balance. What really matters is the type of cholesterol and how it behaves inside your body. You've probably heard of LDL and HDL, and these two play very different roles. LDL is often referred to as bad cholesterol because when levels become too high, it can begin to deposit along the walls of your arteries, forming what's known as plaque. Over time, this plaque can harden and narrow the arteries, making it more difficult for blood to flow smoothly. And this is where the risk of heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure starts to increase. On the other hand, HDL is considered good cholesterol because it helps transport excess cholesterol away from the arteries and back to the liver, where it can be processed and removed from the body. So what you want is lower LDL and higher HDL. That balance is what supports a healthy cardiovascular system. Now here's where this simple mixture starts to show its potential, because both ginger and apple cider vinegar interact with cholesterol in ways that support this balance naturally. Let's start with ginger, because its effects on cholesterol are more powerful than most people realize. Ginger contains bioactive compounds like gingerol and shogaol, and these compounds don't just reduce inflammation, they also influence how your body processes fats and lipids. Studies have suggested that ginger may help lower total cholesterol levels, reduce LDL, and even increase HDL to some extent. And one of the ways it does this is by improving how your liver handles cholesterol. Your liver plays a central role in managing cholesterol. It produces it, processes it, and removes it. And when your liver is functioning efficiently, your cholesterol levels are more likely to stay within a healthy range. Ginger supports liver function by reducing oxidative stress and enhancing enzyme activity, which can help your body break down and eliminate excess cholesterol more effectively. But it doesn't stop there, because ginger also helps prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. And this is a crucial detail that often gets overlooked, because LDL on its own isn't necessarily the biggest problem. The real issue begins when LDL becomes oxidized. Oxidized LDL is more likely to stick to artery walls and contribute to plaque formation. So by reducing oxidation, ginger is essentially making LDL less harmful. Now let's bring apple cider vinegar into the picture, because it works through a different but complementary mechanism. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, and this compound has been studied for its effects on lipid metabolism, meaning how your body processes fats. Some research suggests that acetic acid can help reduce the production of cholesterol in the liver, while also increasing the rate at which fats are burned for energy. What this means in practical terms is that your body becomes more efficient at using fats instead of storing them, and over time, this can contribute to lower levels of circulating LDL cholesterol, especially when combined with healthy lifestyle habits. Apple cider vinegar may also help improve insulin sensitivity, and this is more connected to cholesterol than most people think, because when your blood sugar levels are constantly elevated, your body tends to produce more triglycerides and LDL cholesterol. This creates a chain reaction where poor blood sugar control leads to poor lipid balance. So, by stabilizing blood sugar, apple cider vinegar indirectly supports healthier cholesterol levels. And when you combine ginger with apple cider vinegar, you're essentially targeting cholesterol from multiple angles at once. You're supporting liver function, reducing inflammation, preventing oxidation, improving fat metabolism, and stabilizing blood sugar. All of these factors work together to create an environment where cholesterol is less likely to become a problem. Now think about how this plays out over time, because this isn't something that changes overnight. But with consistent use, small shifts begin to add up. Your body becomes more efficient at managing fats, your arteries experience less inflammation, and the buildup of plaque slows down. This is how natural support works. It's gradual, but meaningful. Another important aspect to consider is circulation, because heart health isn't just about cholesterol numbers, it's about how well blood flows through your body. Ginger has natural blood-thinning properties, meaning it can help reduce the tendency of blood to clot excessively. This doesn't mean it replaces any medication, but it does suggest that ginger supports smoother blood flow, which reduces strain on the heart. At the same time, apple cider vinegar may help support healthy blood pressure levels, partly by improving vascular function and reducing the stiffness of blood vessels. When your blood vessels are more flexible, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood, and this reduces overall cardiovascular stress. So when you look at the full picture, this mixture isn't just about lowering LDL, it's about creating a healthier internal environment where your heart can function more efficiently, where your blood flows more freely, and where the risk factors that contribute to heart disease are gradually reduced. Now let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed, and that's inflammation within the arteries themselves. Because even if your cholesterol levels are only moderately elevated, chronic inflammation can accelerate the damage. Inflammation makes the inner lining of your arteries more vulnerable, more prone to attracting and holding on to cholesterol particles. Ginger's anti-inflammatory properties play a key role here. By calming inflammation at the vascular level, it helps protect the integrity of your blood vessels, making it less likely for plaque to form in the first place. And when you combine that with the antioxidant effects of both ginger and apple cider vinegar, you're also reducing oxidative stress, which is another major contributor to cardiovascular damage. And then there's the role of weight management in heart health, because excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, is closely linked to higher LDL levels and increased cardiovascular risk. As mentioned earlier, this combination can support appetite control and fat metabolism. And while it's not a weight loss solution on its own, it can make it easier to maintain a healthier body composition over time. Even a small reduction in body weight can have a noticeable impact on cholesterol levels and heart health. And this is where consistency becomes so important. Because the benefits compound over time, the more regularly you support your body, the more stable these systems become. Now let's consider the lifestyle context, because no single remedy works in isolation. What you eat, how much you move, how you manage stress, all of these factors influence your heart health. And this mixture works best when it's part of a broader approach, when you're also making choices that support your body, rather than work against it. For example, pairing this habit with a diet rich in whole foods, fiber, and healthy fats can amplify its effects. Fiber helps remove excess cholesterol from the body, while healthy fats support HDL levels. When you combine these dietary habits with the support of ginger and apple cider vinegar, you create a more comprehensive strategy for managing cholesterol naturally. Physical activity also plays a major role. Regular movement helps increase HDL and lower LDL, and it improves circulation, which complements the effects of this mixture. Even simple activities like walking can make a difference when done consistently. Stress is another factor that often gets overlooked. Chronic stress can negatively impact cholesterol levels and overall heart health. And while this mixture doesn't directly eliminate stress, the improvements in energy, digestion, and overall well-being can make it easier to manage stress more effectively. Now, one thing that's important to understand is that natural approaches like this are not meant to replace medical treatment when it's necessary. If someone has significantly elevated cholesterol or existing heart conditions, professional guidance is essential. But for many people, especially those looking to support their health proactively, this kind of daily habit can be a valuable addition. It's also worth noting that individual responses can vary. Some people may notice changes more quickly, while others may experience more gradual improvements. Factors like genetics, diet, activity level, and overall health all play a role in how your body responds. What matters most is consistency and awareness, paying attention to how your body feels, how your energy changes, how your digestion improves, and over time, how your overall health shifts. These are the signals that tell you whether something is working for you. And when it comes to something as important as your heart, even small positive changes can have a meaningful impact over the long term. Because heart health isn't built in a day, it's the result of daily habits, repeated over months and years. So when you add something as simple as ginger soaked in apple cider vinegar into your routine, you're not just adding another ingredient, you're supporting a chain of processes inside your body that influence how cholesterol is managed, how blood flows, and how your heart functions overall. And the more consistently you support these processes, the more stable and resilient your cardiovascular system becomes, reducing the likelihood of problems developing over time, while allowing your body to maintain balance in a natural, sustainable way. And when you start looking beyond cholesterol and into what's happening deeper inside your body, this is where things become even more fascinating. Because a huge part of your overall health is actually controlled by something most people rarely think about, and that's your gut microbiome. Inside your digestive system, there are trillions of microorganisms living and working every single day. Bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that together form what we call the gut microbiome. And this system isn't just sitting there passively, it's actively involved in digestion, immune function, metabolism, mood regulation, and even how your body responds to inflammation. The balance of this microbiome is what really matters, because not all gut bacteria are harmful. In fact, many of them are essential for your health. These are what we call beneficial bacteria, and when they are present in the right amounts, they help break down food, produce important nutrients like certain vitamins, and protect your gut from harmful invaders. But here's the problem. Modern lifestyles tend to disrupt this balance. Processed foods, high sugar intake, lack of fiber, stress, poor sleep, even certain medications, all of these can reduce beneficial bacteria and allow harmful bacteria to take over. And when that happens, your gut environment becomes imbalanced, a condition often referred to as dysbiosis. When your gut is out of balance, the effects don't stay limited to digestion. You might start noticing bloating, irregular bowel movements, or discomfort after eating. But it can also show up as fatigue, skin issues, weakened immunity, and even mood changes, because your gut and brain are closely connected through what's known as the gut-brain axis. Now this is where the combination of ginger and apple cider vinegar begins to play a very interesting role, because instead of acting like a quick fix, it works more like a gentle support system that helps restore balance over time. Let's start with apple cider vinegar, especially the raw, unfiltered kind that contains what's often referred to as the mother. This cloudy substance is made up of beneficial bacteria and enzymes, and while it's not a probiotic in the same way as yogurt or fermented foods, it still contributes to creating an environment where good bacteria can thrive. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar lowers the pH of your gut slightly, making it more acidic. And this might sound like a bad thing at first, but it's actually beneficial because harmful bacteria tend to thrive in less acidic environments, while many beneficial bacteria prefer a slightly acidic setting. So by adjusting the pH, apple cider vinegar helps create conditions that favor good microbes over harmful ones. Now add ginger into the mix, and you get another layer of support. Ginger has natural antimicrobial properties, but here's what makes it unique. It doesn't just wipe out bacteria indiscriminately. Instead, it seems to help reduce harmful bacteria while allowing beneficial ones to survive and grow. This selective action is incredibly important because maintaining diversity in your microbiome is key to its stability. Ginger also stimulates the production of digestive enzymes, which means food is broken down more efficiently before it reaches the lower parts of your gut. And this matters because when food isn't properly digested, it can become a food source for harmful bacteria, leading to gas, bloating, and imbalance. So by improving digestion at the upper level, ginger indirectly supports a healthier microbiome further down, creating less opportunity for harmful bacteria to overgrow. When you soak ginger in apple cider vinegar for several days, these effects become more concentrated. The active compounds from ginger infuse into the vinegar, creating a mixture that not only supports digestion, but also influences the microbial environment in your gut more effectively. Now think about what happens when you start taking this mixture regularly, day after day. You're not forcing a sudden change. You're gradually shifting the environment inside your gut, making it more supportive for beneficial bacteria to grow and less favorable for harmful ones. Over time, this can lead to a more balanced microbiome, and when that balance improves, a lot of other things begin to fall into place naturally. One of the first things many people notice is improved digestion, less bloating, smoother bowel movements, and a general feeling of lightness after eating. And this is because beneficial bacteria play a key role in breaking down complex carbohydrates and fibers, producing short-chain fatty acids that nourish the cells lining your gut. These short-chain fatty acids are incredibly important. They help maintain the integrity of your gut lining, reduce inflammation, and even influence your metabolism. So when your microbiome is balanced, your gut becomes more efficient and more resilient. Another important effect is on your immune system, because as mentioned earlier, a large portion of your immune system is located in your gut. Beneficial bacteria act as a first line of defense, preventing harmful pathogens from taking hold. And when their numbers are strong, your body is better equipped to fight off infections. By supporting the growth of these beneficial microbes, the ginger and apple cider vinegar mixture indirectly strengthens your immune response, making it more balanced and more effective. And then there's the connection to inflammation, because an imbalanced microbiome can trigger chronic low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Harmful bacteria can produce toxins that irritate the gut lining and activate the immune system, keeping it in a constant state of alert. By helping restore microbial balance, this mixture reduces the sources of that irritation, allowing inflammation levels to decrease over time. And this doesn't just benefit your gut, it affects your entire body, from your GI to your skin to your overall energy levels. Now let's talk about something that surprises a lot of people, and that's the connection between your gut and your mood. Your gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, which plays a major role in regulating mood and emotional well-being. In fact, a significant portion of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut. When your microbiome is balanced, this production tends to be more stable, and your gut-brain communication becomes more efficient. This is why people with healthier gut environments often report feeling more balanced emotionally, with fewer mood swings and less mental fog. While ginger and apple cider vinegar are not mood treatments, their impact on gut health can create a ripple effect that influences how you feel mentally as well as physically. Another aspect to consider is how this mixture affects nutrient absorption. Because even if you're eating a healthy diet, your body needs to be able to absorb those nutrients effectively. Beneficial bacteria play a role in breaking down certain compounds and making vitamins more available to your body.